everyone. Welcome to Real Estate Royalty. My name's Reshonda Johnson, and thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back. If you haven't followed us on social media, I will post the handles either down below for you to see. With that being said, the topic of the day is what to consider when choosing a realtor or broker. And here are my top 5 tips. Now, before I get into the video, I do have a couple of disclaimers. Disclaimer number 1. Some of the examples discussed in the video can be either best case or worst case scenario. Therefore, don't take every example so literal. Everyone operates a little bit differently, and this is a big choice that you're making in life. So make sure you're comfortable with it. Disclaimer number 2, all of the opinions and practices in this video are based on my opinion off of working in the real estate industry. So if you disagree with anything that I'm talking about, that doesn't mean that, I'm wrong and you're right, or I'm right and you're wrong. It's literally just a preference. You can do whatever you want. So like I said before, just make sure that it's something that you're comfortable with. The definition of both. A realtor is a person whose job is to arrange the sale or renting of homes, land, building, etc. They are usually a member of a national real estate association, and some of the synonyms include real estate agent, real estate salesperson, and real estate professional, just to name a few. A broker is someone who has, taken their education beyond the level that's required by your provincial laws, and they've passed a broker's license exam. Their extra courses typically cover topics such as ethics, contracts, taxes, insurance, at a more in-depth level than what is taught in a real estate course. Brokers and realtors are often considered the same. In reality, the positions are similar but slightly different. Responsibilities and duties, brokers kind of have the opportunity to operate in another manner if they choose. For myself, I'm a realtor. So now that that's out of the way, on to my top 5 tips. So tip number 1 is choose the realtor or broker, not their experience. So I don't know if anybody else has had this happen to them, but have you ever seen like a job that you're 100% perfect for? You check all the boxes, everything's perfect. But on the application or on the job posting, it says something ridiculous like you need 25 years experience in order for you to apply for that job. It's happened to me. I've sat there and I thought, like, why am I applying for the same job as my mom or like my grandma? Well, this is what happens to some realtors. They are so skilled, so knowledgeable. They are great negotiators. They have been in the market, they know the trends, but because they've only been in the market for what some people may consider a short amount of time, they aren't necessarily put in the same race as everyone else. Something to kind of take into consideration when it comes to real estate, we're in a day and age where literally technology is advancing so quickly that there's multiple tools that you would be able to use in order to enhance or advance yourself in any market, especially within real estate. I'm not, taking any credit from realtors who have been in the game for a very long time. But one thing that you also do have to consider is you can't necessarily teach an old dog new tricks. That's been a saying that's been around for a very long time. So I know realtors that have been in the game for 30 years, and one thing that they've said to me every single time is, I've been doing it the same from day one. Well, for me, the way that I would do real estate compared to the way that they would do real estate would be completely different, because at the end of the day, I'm going to use my technology. I'm going to be able to, yes, go ahead and address things in different ways that, maybe they're not necessarily able to. We have a ton of different resources like our brokers, our real estate associations that are able to teach us new things, new methods, new data that we're able to utilize in order to help our clients. Because they're also new doesn't mean they're young or they're old. It just means that, they're fresh in the market. Everything that they studied, everything that they trained for, is literally in their back pocket, opposed to somewhere that they'd have to go back and search in the back of their head. So they might not have the title for that long, but it doesn't mean that, they don't have the capabilities to operate within that field. They could also be coming from other fields that are similar or have direct correlations to, like, construction, interior design, architecture, urban planning, everything. So definitely keep that in mind. My tip number 2 would be, honestly, this is not science, but you have to have chemistry. So one thing that even I've done, and I can be completely candid, I don't work with everybody that I necessarily come across. And now the reason for that is because at the end of the day, I have a very vibrant personality, but what I have as well is something that I consider kind of like a chameleon personality, where I can typically adapt to other people. So for me, on a regular basis, I'm a very fun, high energy type of person, but I can very much be very dominant and direct and, do what I need to do in order to make sure that I'm getting that sale closed, I'm getting the best deal, and I'm getting the best price. Now, there's certain people who they want their energy to match the person. And there's not a problem with that. You might be spending weeks, you might be spending months, you could be spending years with your realtor. So my thing is, at the end of the day, make sure that that person has a personality that can match yours, where you won't feel out of place communicating with them, talking to them, and, kind of getting personal with them. So there's another thing to definitely keep in mind. Tip number 3 would be to find a realtor that has passion, that has drive, and that has some serious ambition. Is your realtor passionate? Are they honest? Are they compassionate? Are they driven? Do they have ambition? After you've sorted out things like personality, ask them questions. Have a list prepared. The last thing you want is a lazy realtor, or a realtor that is too busy for you and your family's needs to the point where they're not able to help you or meet you where you're at. What are their core values? And do they match yours? Are they listening to your visions, your wants, your needs? But also, are they providing you with the necessary facts about the current market and letting you know what's feasible and what's not? I don't want to say keeping you in check, but realistically speaking, you don't want a person that's just going to tell you yes for everything and they can't deliver. Does working with you on your goals bring them joy? Just as much joy as it brings you? Why did they start real estate? Simple questions like that can kind of give you an idea as to what type of person you're working with. But please keep in mind, it's okay for you to sometimes have a difference of opinion with your realtor. It's okay for them to not be on the same page as you, because at the end of the day, this is their job. This is, sometimes their bread and butter. They know the market in and out. And for the most part, they should be able to kind of put you in a lane, have you understand what's necessary for you, and literally keep you going to the point where you get what you want, but you get it at a price point that's feasible and capable for your own lifestyle. Tip number 4. Is your realtor a problem identifier and a problem solver? This is one that's really important within the real estate market, especially when shopping for a realtor. Does your realtor of choice highlight potential problems or disadvantages, or provide you with the information that you weren't otherwise looking for? Are they looking out for you and your best interest? Are they looking out for the sale? Like, you never want somebody that's just going to be here to make money and keep it going. Make sure they offer you adequate support. Find somebody that has your best interest at heart. It's our official duty as a realtor to always have our clients' best interest at heart. And I'm pretty sure most, if not all, realtors will hold true to that. But keep that in mind. You want somebody that's not only going to be there for the sale, but also somebody that's going to help you select something that's going to be right for you for today and for the next, 2 to 7 to 30 years that you're going to be there. And finally, tip number 5. Honestly, some of the best realtors, yes, are busy. And if they're not busy, it's not because they're too good, but it may be because, they have a stacked team on their side. that has the ability to support you and to support them so they are able to help you out. Now, with that being said, earlier I spoke about, realtors that typically have a strong team behind them, whether it being, a brokerage manager, a broker of records, other realtors within their firm, or even just a group of realtors that have come together to provide better support for their clients. These are all things to consider when choosing a realtor. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching my video. I will be providing a little bit more information within the time to come. Like and subscribe and comment. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much.